We're back, Penn Pavilion, live on the campus. They're ready for the game tonight. But ahead of the game, let's get back on topic and talk some baseball, some A-Rod. After all the drama, A-Rod has decided to apologize for everything that has happened over the past year. He wrote in a hand letter, take a look, "I regret that my actions made the situation worse than it needed to be. To Major League Baseball, the Yankees, the Steinbrenner family, the Players Association, and you, the fans, I can only say I'm sorry. I accept the fact that many of you will not believe my apology or anything that I say at this point. I understand why, and that's on me." All right. He went on to say the next step for him is just to play baseball. Stephen A. Smith, will this apology do any good?
No, nothing at all. A-Rod, once again, is inaccurate. He says many of you will not believe him. Try none. There isn't a soul with any sense of intelligence that would believe a word that comes out of the mouth of this serial liar. That is what he has been called in numerous articles. It is as accurate as they come. He has lied to everybody. He has thrown people under the bus, including friends whose support he purposely garnered, only to turn around and literally leave them to the wolves on his own, all because he was trying to hide and disguise, his unsavory behavior. Skip Bayless, in an entirely different way, a legitimate argument can be made that Alex Rodriguez is baseball's equivalent of Tiger Woods. You were so concerned with your image that you lived a lie and ultimately got busted, and because of it, not only did your character and your reputation disintegrate, with it so did your game. And that is the case with Alex Rodriguez. This man has not batted .290 since 2008. He has not registered 65 RBIs, or at least 65 RBIs and 20 home runs in the season since 2010. In 2009, with his mea culpa press conference and all of this other stuff, he said, quote, "Judge me from this day forward," and then repeated, and then decided to go out there and cheat again. This is who he is. He has thrown people under the bus. He has lied like a serial liar. There is nothing else to be said. I don't even know if I can believe. Alex Rodriguez says he's from the Dominican Republic. I don't even know if I can believe that. I mean, maybe it's Puerto Rico. Maybe it's Mexico. Maybe it's someplace else. I mean, you can't believe anything about this dude anymore right there. That's how much of a pathological liar this dude is. The only thing that would make it funny is if he decided to join Saturday Night Live and be like that pathological liar that played that character on the show. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Just come up with stuff week to week. There's nothing to believe about him. Just go out there, hit the damn baseball, because you stopped hitting fastballs years ago. Your bat swing looks incredibly slow. Could you give us some level of production? I mean, we are at a point right now, Skip Bayless, where if this dude smacked 19 home runs and 78 RBIs, we'd sit there and consider that a great season for a dude that once hit 50-plus home runs in a season. It's pathetic, because not only is his character reduced to nothing, but his game isn't far behind. And this is in the immediate aftermath of Derek Jeter's departure. This is the state of my New York Yankees. And oh, by the way, once upon a time, they wouldn't even allow this man to have a press conference, okay, with the Yankee logo behind him. But they decided, they offered him Yankee Stadium to have his press conference this time around. What does he do? He turns it down. So as a result of not facing the media yesterday and writing this handwritten note, now you've become a bigger distraction, because instead of getting that out the way, now when you show up to spring training, they're going to bombard you, which means they're going to bombard the other players, which means once again, Alex Rodriguez is going to be the center of attention for all the wrong reasons, and he didn't even have the decency to handle this situation right. He's pathetic. He's pathetic. It's just that simple. Just that simple.
I must point out, you sure did love Alex Rodriguez when he was leading your Yankees to their last World Championship.
That's right.
Right?
And let me tell you something right now. Number one, I didn't know he was cheating back then. But number two, and more importantly, even if he was, that's the last problem I had with him. If you're going to cheat, what the hell you stop in September for? Play it in October. I mean, if you're going to cheat, have the decency to cheat all the way through October. I mean, at least I'd have had a World Series ring to show for it, and then we could debate it the way we're debating the Deflategate. You didn't even give us that luxury, because you wet the bed and stunk up the joint in October. Instead, if you're going to cheat, what the hell you stop in September for? You should have kept going.
Do you realize he
can't even do that right?
He's gone so far as to lately suggest in this upcoming ESPN the magazine piece that the PEDs he got from this Tony Bosch were placebos, meaning they had no effect on him, because he kept taking them and he just got worse and worse. Like Tony Bosch was giving him drugs that really didn't work because they weren't really PEDs. Are you believing that?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Thank
that
you.
would be another lie.
So I am with you. This was a pathetic attempt, obviously choreographed by a PR firm that I believe Alex is paying maybe millions of dollars to win back sympathy from some gullible fans out there with a handwritten note that is straight from the heart. Please spare me this. Just spare me. Because, you know, what kills me about this is I disagree. There'll be some out there who'll say, poor Alex. You know, he's trying, he's crawling back to us, saying, please forgive me. After he crawled back to you in 2009, before that championship run, and before your Yankees were foolish enough to buy his apology the first time and give him the contract, which will now pay him for 2 more years, $61 million at ages, 40, 41, and all the way up to 42. That was your Yankees brass giving him that deal because they bought his previous apology in 2009.
Got to keep in mind, Skip Bayless, the reason why I could respectfully disagree with you in regards to people stepping back in to support him. Think about this last Sarah by Alex Rodriguez, where you got a whole bunch of Hispanic folks to come out there on the steps of your arbitration, calling Bud Selig all kinds of names, Randy Levine, the president, all kinds of names, Rob Manfred, all kinds of names, literally trying to sully their reputations and paint a picture that turned folks against them too, when you knew you were lying to them as well. Now, maybe it was your agent, your lawyer, or somebody else that paid them to be there to support you. But in the end, you know, the Hispanic community are a bunch of very, very proud folks. And when you put anybody out there front and center to come to your aid, when you know you're lying to them too, there are certain things, I don't want to say unforgivable because everything is forgivable, but that doesn't mean you forget. And sometimes you just don't want to have anything to do with people. And I think the biggest thing that's going to happen to Alex Rodriguez is that he's going to be standing all alone. In the end, you know, you really don't want anything to do with him. You're not saying that he's the most terrible dude in the world because you don't know that. When I've met him and talked to him, he seems like a relatively nice guy. But the perpetual lying that has taken place, I'm serious right now. I think his birth certificate should be checked to see if his name is really Alex Rodriguez. That's how much he's lied. I don't even trust that that's his name. Seriously, I don't believe anything.
Your New York Yankees have now committed to retiring the number of one Andy Pettitte, who profusely apologized for allegedly using only HGH to get healthy, to recover from injury. Are you okay with that hypocritical stance that they're taking?
I'm okay with it because he got called to the carpet. I forget the reason why, whether it was the Mitchell Report or something else. He got called to the carpet, and in the end, what Andy Pettitte did was come out and said, I messed up.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't throw anybody under the bus. Even when he gave testimony reportedly against Roger Clemens.
Yeah,
but that's when he was compelled to do so. He didn't volunteer. So the point that I'm trying to make to you is that, okay, he didn't sit there and prolong the inevitable. He fessed up to his role in it and moved on with his life. I can forgive that. No matter how guilty you are, I can forgive that. But Alex Rodriguez, he was willing to lie. He was willing to hurt other people. A legitimate argument could be made. He was worse than Ryan Braun. And you know how I feel about Ryan Braun.
I do.
I mean, come on now. Alex Rodriguez's birth certificate should be checked. His age, his place of birth, his full name. I don't know if he's telling the truth about that. This dude lies so habitually, so religiously. I mean, I don't know if you can believe anything about it.
He lied so much, I think he started to believe his lies.
No.
Because he was trying to sell it so tough.
The word, there are different kind of lies. There are somebody who believe their lies, and then there are those who believe they're getting over on everybody else, and they go home and they go to the bank laughing at how they used other people to get to where they are. That's Alex Rodriguez. It's that simple. Be done with him.
Coming up next,
Hit
folks,
some home runs.
it's the time that we've been waiting for. We're picking the game. Who wins? When we come back, you can respond on the Twitter, #KillsBayless.